So when they finish out here, they can easily get a job in any maintenance shop, oil change, quick oil changes, tire shops, dealerships. So it is an entry level. When they leave here, they actually are able to secure ASC certification on the entry level for maintenance and light repair. So dual enrollment, we get to partner with TCAT of Knoxville, and as they progress through the program here, they're actually earning credits through TCAT as well. So when they actually get in the program there, if they choose to go there, then it's not as long for their program. It's kind of shortens it because they've already got credit. So with work-based learning, we've partnered with Bobcat of Knoxville, and actually more than half of their technicians are actually former students of ours. We have several students with Discount Tire right now as well, and then Truant Equipment. So we've got great opportunities with work-based learning as well.
We have opportunities for these guys to go to work at Clayton Homes. We have Wasco, which is a company that's building the middle school down here, and they can go into masonry and learn some masonry skills down there, and also have had some students go to work for private contractors who build houses. And with work-based learning, have had some other ones that may not be all the way construction related, but they are working in the retail field and some things of that nature, which are valuable things they've got to know with the business also. Dual enrollment is where our first year class is enrolled with TCAT, and through that program they can get their NCCER certification, which is a certification which is used in the industry, and it goes anywhere, and I teach them everything from construction math to safety to how to tie down lumber on your truck when you're going from Lowe's. We also tie into that course OSHA 10 certification, which is their safety certification that many companies right now, when you go to work for them, it's kind of a required element, so to speak, in their industry, so for insurance to cover them. So they have a step up on the competition when they can go in with their resume, which they build in here, and show their employer that they have OSHA 10 or they have the NCCER certification. Very valuable to them.
So from culinary arts, we staff everything from butcher, delis, and grocery stores, all the way to I have one kid doing a fine dining experience in a restaurant, and everything in between. Whether you be working at 33 Diner down the road, bussing tables, washing dishes, flipping burgers, or you are chef de partie and you're doing elegant plating. That's what my students are actually working on today, is plating. The food industry is massive, and especially in a community like Union County, it's one of the biggest ones out here. So we staff everything. Yeah, work-based learning is huge. Let's see, I have, just in this class alone, I think I have 4 kids working either at grocery stores or restaurants. I have 11 kids total. Baker Boy Pizza is a pizza place down the road. I have 6 students there, and they pretty much run that restaurant. I have one at Aubrey's. I have a couple everywhere from Union County to Orange. And so we definitely get our kids ready. We get them certified. We do a Serve certification. Everybody in my room right now, this is culinary too, so everybody in here is Serve certified. Which makes them more competitive for the job market, and also gives them an opportunity to leverage a raise. Going forward in culinary 3 and 4 into practicum and school-based enterprise, they can get a food manager's permit, which would, in theory, make them eligible to manage restaurants.
So our class is probably one of the best for dual enrollment. We actually get to work hand in hand with Roane State Community College, and I am the teacher of record for that here, so I'm associate professor with them. At the end of our coursework, we have 2 different courses, Mechatronics 1 and 2 dual enrollment. And for that, we use some of these machines that you see around us here. We're looking at pneumatics, hydraulics, electrical systems as well as mechanical systems. So work-based learning in here, it can be a little difficult sometimes with the area that we're in, but we kind of improvise and adapt. Right now we have a great partnership with Tennessee Valley Authority. So we have several students who are in kind of a digital online program. And what they do is they're doing drafting work here at the school using computers virtually. They can continue that once they finish out in high school and they go on into college or trade school, whatever they're doing, and potentially link that up to another career. Also, we're currently exploring some other routes with nearby industrial parks like over in Clinton and Eagle Bend and even there close to where the Roane State campus is, with some partners who may be able to take some interns there. So the great thing about our robotics and technology program here is that it doesn't limit you to different types of jobs. Really anything that is STEM based, so if you're into science, technology, engineering, or math, then you can come here and learn some skills that are going to help you later on. And also it's very interdisciplinary, so as we're seeing the rise of AI in almost every area, what you're going to see is that you need to have the kind of technical skills to be able to implement that in your particular line of work. So even if you're not going to go program robots, you can learn things in here that are going to help you be able to do any kind of job out there.
Entrepreneurship is a new program of study, so this is actually the first year that we have offered this class. So in order to get to the dual enrollment opportunities that are offered here at the high school, that's going to be about 2 years down the road. So industry certifications do come along with all of our programs of study, but one of those is OSHA 10, or Occupational Safety and Health Administration. And students that are going to be going into work-based learning need to complete the OSHA 10 certification so that they can ensure that they're safe on the job site. But we have multiple, I can't even name all of the wonderful business partners that we have here in the community that allow students to come in and get work-based, real-life experience on the job training, and they get academic credit for that, and hopefully they get paid for their time as well. So our entrepreneurship program of study is the only business program that we have here at the high school. So mostly entrepreneurship is about thinking outside of the box, being creative, fulfilling a gap of something that is missing in the community. But as far as job opportunities goes, you would be looking at business leadership, business management, and then the opportunity for students to create new products, new services, and really just to launch their own ideas. So teaching as a profession does not necessarily mean that the students want to become a teacher. We have a lot of opportunities in the education arena. They could even be a writer. Maybe they want to be an author. Maybe they want to be a corporate writer. Or maybe they just want to be able to get through college a little bit easier. So teaching as a profession, it starts with our intro class, and we go all the way up through educational psychology as well. So the dual enrollment educational psychology is offered through Walter State Community College, and it is a class that focuses on what happens in the psychological aspects of education and in child development. So we know that through the lifespan of a human being that they go through so many different changes that it's best to know exactly what developments are taking place. But for teaching as a profession, it's really any job that's going to be related to pediatrics. So any child that you are going to come in contact with, or maybe you even want to homeschool your child, who knows? But if you are looking at being a teacher or in the education arena at all, then this is the class for you. Work-based learning for teaching as a profession. The state of Tennessee has just started a new apprenticeship program. And in this apprenticeship program, students have the opportunity to be selected as a pre-apprentice, and that gets them into the Union County Public Schools serving as a paraprofessional, so they can be a teaching assistant, and they can do that while that they are going to college. And once that they complete the college through that apprenticeship, they can automatically receive an interview to come back and work for Union County Public Schools. So it's a great opportunity through Tennessee with Grow Your Own. But work-based learning, what we do is we place our students into an elementary, middle, or high school working as a paraprofessional, working as a teaching assistant. And this gives them opportunities to get real in-class experience and classroom management skills.
Okay, so dual enrollment here at the school, we are dually enrolled with TCAT. We offer cosmetology 1, 2, 3, and 4 with dual enrollment. They do that here at the school with us, and they get hours that go towards their license. And we use Pivot Point and Milady. Those are also what they would use at a private beauty school that they will go to after school. Since they do dual enrollment, they will go ahead on a list for TCAT if they plan to do that after high school. And they can use their Tennessee Promise for those things.
Okay, here at Union County High School, we offer in our program work-based learning, which gives students the opportunity to expand their skill and training, and it gives you more opportunity to get more experience and more opportunity to get closer to the job and do things in the salon and get to observe all that goes on in the salon. We have a training with Career Safe, and it's employability training skills that the students get to help them with on-the-job communication, applications, filling out applications, doing resumes, things of that sort that also are added to our program.
You can see from where we're standing that I teach a lot of ag mechanics shop classes, principles of ag mechanics, agriculture power and equipment, agriculture fabrication and engineering. Also teach dual enrollment welding with TCAT, and you can see we have our weld shop here, welding booths, and we're teaching students how to weld and go out and in the industry. We do have some welders like over here in the corner that are used at local industry like Clayton's Manufacturing. And so students are learning how to use these, and then we're allowing those students that go through the advanced courses to go into work-based learning. And the work-based learning opportunities that we do have some students that are working at Clayton's. We have students that are doing engine work at Bobcat of Knoxville. We have students that are in a number of different mechanical and trades skilled industries here in Union County. We also offer students opportunities in work-based learning in these areas, so they can take classes here. Then their junior and senior year, they can start earning credits through work-based learning while they are at the job site in the different jobs and businesses that I've just mentioned.
So I have several classes, criminal justice 1, 2, and 3, and also an unmanned aircraft class. The unmanned aircraft class, it provides you with information to take the class for the Part 107 FAA license to fly a drone, to make money doing that, or also within the law enforcement field also. CJ1 is more like the court system, a little bit of an intro into being a police officer and their duties. And CJ2 is a little more in detail with that, like crash reports and things like that, felony traffic stops, intro to the crime scene, anything to do with the judicial system, court system, FBI, TBI, all the 3-letter agencies, localized here, Union County Sheriff. Of course, now when they get out of this, they're going to have to do additional training. Paralegals, just the whole broad area.
So the CNA class is considered a dual enrollment because they have a clinical site that they go to. It is a class that we partner with TCAT, and for the class, they have a specific location that they're going to. Of course, it is Willow Ridge. They've been gracious enough, and this is our second year under my leadership going to Willow Ridge. While there, they're learning clinical skills that hopefully they can use in nursing if they decide to go on in their career. But they do get a certification. They have an opportunity to sit for the CNA certification, which can be quite expensive if you're trying to obtain it on your own. So that is the dual enrollment that I specifically offer.
Mine is with medical assisting, so it just started up this year. We are partnering with TCAT. They are able to go to other clinical sites similar to the CNA class where they practice skills. We've partnered with a couple clinics here in the community. We're very thankful for them. We're still looking for a couple more for the next semester, but once they complete all of their skills, their hours, pass their tests, they get to sit for the state board. And like Stasha said, it can be pretty expensive if you do it outside of the school, but we've graciously kind of have the funds that we can pay for our students in our classes to get that, and then they can take, once they pass that test, they can take that credit and let's say kind of continue their education at TCAT, and that might be an interim class that they might have to take for pre-nursing or any other class like that.
One good thing that I can say about the dual enrollment is that the CNA and the medical assisting is not all encompassing just for that skill set, meaning we've had students who have gotten their certification in one or the other and then go and work in a hospital, be considered like an ER tech, or work at
We have some kids at Children's
Hospital. Yes.
I know a lot of Stasha's students that take the CNA class will sometimes still take the MA class because they're offered in separate semesters, so they almost get kind of doubly certified. They kind of get to see both sides, where CNA can be hands-on in nursing home, where medical assisting's at your clinics. They get to see how insurance is ran, how we schedule patients, how we run certain tests to assist that doctor. They kind of feed off each other, I think I've noticed, and most of the kids have enjoyed being able to see both sides. So if they don't know what they want to do, they at least have 2 certifications and 2 routes that they could go down.
So I feel like work-based learning has opened up other opportunities. As we previously said, we have students that are now going to school in the nursing curriculum. However, they may be working, as an ER tech, or they may be working as just a tech in a hospital setting. So work-based learning has opened up a lot of avenues for students to continue on that pathway. And we feel it's very important that while you're in nursing, if that is your pathway you want, that you stay in it some way or another. The terminology, just seeing the different roles from doctors to nurses to clerks, being able to see that as you're going to school just benefits you all the more in trying to get your career off and going.
I feel like it also helps us, like we said, we're a rural community. We have a few clinics here and there that we see, but I like the fact that our kids can actually be a part of their community. If those clinics allow us to come in and place our kids there, they get to learn communication skills, to see maybe people from different backgrounds that they may not see every day. They kind of get to experience the real world aspect of this is what is expected when I show up to work, how I'm supposed to dress. This is my job description of I have to do XYZ throughout the day. So they're able to see that and kind of be immersed in their community a little bit more.
So the students inside this program mainly learn military style leadership. It is not a military recruiting program. It never has been and never will be. We don't push them to the military. What we try to do is give them leadership skills and items to be successful upon completion of high school. No matter if it was going in the workforce, going to college, going to trade school, or going in the military. It's all up to them. We don't push them toward the military, and we're not a recruiting program. Some of the stuff that we do in here is we teach leadership based on small unit leadership, all the way down to where one cadet's helping out another cadet, or then they'll move up in rank, they move up in responsibilities, so then they'll become a fire team leader, which has 3 cadets underneath them, then a squad leader that will have 12 cadets underneath of them, all the way up to being class commander, which will be in charge of a class, or a commanding officer who's in charge of the whole unit. So the leadership isn't just developed at one level, it's developed at the very basic all the way up through like the management level in the civilian world. We try to get the kids ready to be successful in a work environment with the responsibilities all the way down to, say, the entry level all the way up to the management level.
I oversee classes such as plant science and hydroculture. We also do greenhouse management. We do landscaping and turf science. And then we also have an animal science program, which involves small animal science, large animal science, and vet tech. So we don't offer a dual enrollment class in this program. We used to do a dual enrollment plant science class, but we found I actually prefer the plant science and hydroculture, which is what we replaced it with, because it involves it's a more diverse and a more broad range of topics, and it covers more in depth of our hydroponics and aquaponics. And so rather than the dual enrollment, there are some industry level certifications that we can offer in the future, and that is anything from pesticide application to agricultural to landscaping, and there's a whole slew of certifications that we can offer. So the work-based learning, we do have several work-based learning students, and they come here and oversee our operations. We have a annual plant sale, one for the fall and in the spring. So a lot of the plants that we grow are for the purpose of selling and distributing. For example, now all of these plants here are fall vegetable plants, and they're all for sale. We have an active plant sale going on right now. And we have some students over there on the sales bench. So the work-based learning students not only oversee the caretaking of our plants, but also handle the business component and the sales aspect of it, and are kind of responsible for keeping the wheels running, so to speak.